Hello team, welcome to another ATP Geopolitics video with myself, Jonathan MS Pearce. This is a breaking news update. It's midnight UK time, so it's about 2:30 in the morning Kiev time. And there is an awful lot of chatter on the socials about even, using the language of attack, but about drones being inside Poland. So you can see next to here, reporting that Shahed's Russian drones attack Poland. I don't know if that's accurate, but we'll yet to see. Shaheds have crossed the border and are moving towards Polish cities, monitoring groups report. Rzeszow airport, the main hub for arms supplies to Ukraine, has been urgently closed. Polish Air Force has been scrambled, air defense active. Unconfirmed reports suggest several drones were shot down. Cities under threat include Chelm, Zamość, probably pronouncing these badly, Lublin and Rzeszow. Monitoring sources report some drones have already been down, but more are still heading through Volyn towards Poland. No official statements from Warsaw yet, but we are going to look at some claims. The night passes in anticipation of a strike is the claim here. So these are the drones. You see there are a lot of drones heading to north of Kiev. Drones coming in from Ukraine, but also claims about Belarus as well. Here, there's Kiev on the map, and you can see a lot of drones appear to be heading westwards. It could be a mistake. It could be on purpose. So Rzeszow airport has been closed due to unplanned military activity. And there are all sorts of planes in the air from NATO, and I'll talk about that in a second. So this is, I believe, from the Polish Operational Command of the Armed Forces, saying attention on the night of September 9th to 10th, the Russian Federation will carry out further massive strikes on facilities located on Ukrainian territory to ensure the security of Polish airspace. The operational commander of the Polish Armed Forces has activated all necessary procedures. Polish and allied aircraft are operating in our airspace, and ground-based air defense and radar reconnaissance systems have reached the highest level of readiness. These actions are preventative in nature and are aimed at securing airspace and protecting civilians, especially in areas adjacent to the threatened area. So, not confirmed for now, says Max 25, but some monitoring channels, don't know who they are, have said that Poland has shot down 2 Shaheds over its territory. But, take that with a pinch of salt. There is even announcements on, indeed, this is breaking news coming from Sky News.
Breaking news that the Reuters news agency is quoting. They are quoting the Ukrainian Air Force in a Telegram messaging app, suggesting that Ukraine's Air Force is warning that Russian drones have entered the airspace of Poland, threatening the city of Zamość. Drones in Poland, the message said, heading west towards the city of Zamość. The suggestion is that this is Iran's Iranian-made drones. Some suggesting, actually, this is unconfirmed, that 5 Gerans were 20 kilometres deep into Polish airspace, heading for the city of Zamość. That is reported on social media. Reuters, though, just quoting Ukrainian Air Force, suggesting that Russian drones are in Poland, heading west towards the city of Zamość. Zamość itself is northwest of the Ukrainian city of Lviv, on the way to Warsaw. We will keep an eye on that incident. So
that's been reported in mainstream media. Here we have a source here saying, Nikolajski Vanyok saying, total for mopeds, 4 south of Vinnytsia heading towards, I presume, Poland. General for mopeds, 3 flew from Volyn region to Poland, 4 more north of Kovel fly to Poland, 2 fly over Lutsk area towards Nowowolinsk, Volodymyr in Poland. So there could be quite a few of them. We have sounds. This is from Lublin. Now, that sounds to me just like a bunch of jets, maybe. But but we do have, as mentioned, airports closed. Several drones from Volyn flew into the territory of Poland, where they have already covered about 50 kilometers, according to monitoring channels. So it's going quite a long way. That's not just going in the border and then doing a dog leg and turning around to attack from a different direction. This is deep into Poland. One of the Shaheds is flying towards Rzeszow, according to monitoring channels, says Max 25 again later. F-16s are actively entering to intercept drones, is a claim. Actually, there are a number of planes that are claimed to be in the air. One Shahed did return from Poland to Volyn in Ukraine, according to some sources. Now, so Romania have taken to the skies. They put some F-16s up. Poland has raised an AWACS aircraft, obviously to keep radar, to make sure that they know what's in the airspace and where. Additionally, F-35 fighter jets from the Dutch Air Force are active. We hear that Italian Air Force AWACS aircraft has taken off from Estonia, and also that explosions in Vinnytsia. Okay, that's in Ukraine. Meanwhile, the Dutch have raised a tanker plane themselves, and they are flying to refuel fighter jets, including maybe their own F-35s. And then later, Max 25 said up to 5 more drones heading to Poland, according to monitoring channels. And then the Russians even reacting to this with glee. Russians are already rejoicing, says Max 25. Here's Operation Z, a channel saying Russian attack drones fly into Poland one after another. Powerless NATO raises Air Force. So lauding it over NATO there. Tim White here saying, according to flight radar, Dutch Airbus A330 MRTT tanker aircraft is approaching the border with Ukraine. It will probably be to refuel NATO fighter jets already in the air. British pilots may be involved in shooting down Russian projectiles. Absolutely no evidence of that yet. Poland's official statement confirming launching fighter jets, but not admitting to being attacked nor shooting down drones. And that's the one I read you earlier. At the end it says, the operational command of the armed forces is monitoring the current situation, and its subordinate forces and resources remain fully prepared for immediate response. We also hear above from Max 25 that Dutch tanker aircraft approaches the Ukrainian border to refuel Polish F-35s there. Indeed, I'll see if there's another one from Tim White. Just says, just sort of much of the same as what we have discussed already. He says that 4 Russian attack drones look certain to cross the border tonight. NATO jets were scrambled, and it seems at least 2 were shot down. So he's claiming 2, but again, pinch of salt. Right now, another one is heading to the logistics hub of Rzeszow, where most military aid for Ukraine is sent. Confirmed that 4, maybe 5 drones. So it might not be very serious. It could be mistakes on the programming front for the Russians. It would be absolutely insane if they started sending drones menacingly into a NATO country. I just can't think of a more stupid thing for the Russians to have done. So one must assume that this was by mistake, but that's not going to go over well with NATO, and it's just going to give extra ammunition, if you like, to support for Ukraine from these nations. I'm just going to refresh to see if there is anything else on Blue Sky here. Aircraft over Poland. You can see their flight paths for, in this case, that's an F-35 by the looks of it. Hanging around near the border area. Again, referencing things we already know there. I think that's a refueling plane on flight radar as well. So that is the latest from Ukraine and indeed Poland. A couple more things, though, to note. Andrew Perpetua on Twitter saying, in a few hours we will hear how concerned everyone is and how much monitoring they're doing. Very concerned, very monitored. So a bit sort of tongue-in-cheek there. Now, I don't know if you know about Pentagon Pizza report. I think they do this for the White House as well. The Pentagon Pizza report looks at different pizza places near to the Pentagon and sees somehow they have access to the traffic, and generally speaking there's a correlation between high pizza activity, near the Pentagon and stuff going on in the Pentagon, because you would assume people are staying in late. They don't go home after work. Something crazy is going on, so they order pizzas in, and it basically is an indicator of serious things going on around the world. So as of 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is as of sort of 19 minutes ago, various pizzerias reporting above average traffic nearby the Pentagon, and that can be seen in these images. So that would suggest Papa John's, District Pizza, and Domino's Pizza. That activity would suggest something's happening in the Pentagon. So lots of people talking about this at the moment. Yeah, I think for me the interesting thing is going to be what the Russians say. I can't imagine this is going to be an actual attack on Poland. So therefore, they'll have to try and will they try and apologise, say this is a mistake? How will the Polish take that? How will NATO take that? All sorts of NATO planes are in the air, so they are evidently taking it seriously. As you can see here, a number of different, activity taking place within Poland, within NATO borders. But yeah, we'll have to see how that develops, and tomorrow morning or later this morning, I'll give you a sense of how it all plays out. There's also a claim here, actually, before I leave. Something has gone very wrong with Russia's drone attack today. On top of drones penetrating Polish airspace, the Belarusian Air Force is currently hunting down wayward Shaheds in their airspace. And again, lots of NATO planes doing their things. Anyway, that's enough from me. You can go and keep an eye on this on the socials and see what everyone is discussing. Fighters loudly heard over eastern Polish city of Lublin. So yeah, they were fighters caught on that video recording. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully the nothing untoward will happen, but also hopefully this might shore up NATO countries in their defense of Ukraine. It might get them to be jolted into even greater action to support the Ukrainians. We live in hope. Anyway, take care. Speak soon. Toodle pips.